6v6t, the largest traditional anarchy server and main alternative to the infamous 2b2t, has been officially blacklisted by Microsoft. After 9 p.m. EST on July 14th, anyone trying to connect using the main domain 6v6t.org or any of the main alternative domains would not be allowed to connect. It seems like this is just another blow to the anarchy community, as Microsoft has been banning more and more anarchy servers. Except, I'm on 6v6t right now, and so are 200 other people. So what's going on here? 2b2t was given a set of guidelines they had to follow, or else their server would get blacklisted, which is why 2b2t is now a shell of itself and no longer anarchy. But when Microsoft told 6v6t the same thing, the owner of the server, Cubasti, told Microsoft to get bent and promised the community that he would never add rules. So in this video, I want to give you all some context as to why the ban happened and what this could do to 6v6t in the future, going as far as legal action taken against them. So why is Microsoft blacklisting anarchy servers? Part of it is due to chat moderation. This feature has existed on Bedrock for years, but after they added it to Java, now all of the chat in-game is routed through Microsoft servers, which makes them legally responsible for what goes on there. The other part is Bedrock Edition. In 2025, 2b2t started allowing Bedrock players to connect to the server, and Bedrock Edition is mostly played by kids. Microsoft didn't love the idea of anarchy servers in the first place, but now that they're accessible to children, they had to crack down. And they definitely didn't want to get sued for endangering children online. And 6v6t also allowed Bedrock Edition, and it runs new versions of Minecraft with the chat moderation feature. Add all of this together and you get a server that Microsoft doesn't want to be liable for. So, the server got blacklisted. But Cubasti actually knew this was going to happen because over the last year, he has bought around 20 different domains that redirect to 6v6t, and half of them still work. So, while 6v6t.org doesn't connect to anything, I can change the server IP to 6v6t.me, and it works normally. Additionally, the Mojang blacklist only seems to affect newer versions of Minecraft, as players on older versions can connect using the normal domain. But for players on newer versions that don't want to use alternate domain names, there are plenty of mods that exist that allow Microsoft blacklist bypasses, including one made by 6v6t admins themselves called Anarchy Mod. Finally, popular hacked clients like Meteor and Rusher are already adding features to natively bypass blacklisted servers. So if you use hacked clients already, just update them and you can keep playing. So there are plenty of ways to still join, but to tell you the truth, Cubasti and the other admins expected this blacklist. A few months ago, Cubasti started advertising the mod to bypass server blacklists and was also encouraging people to use alternate domains or at least have them in your server list. He has also made multiple announcements confirming that he would never comply with Microsoft restrictions on the server, which he reiterated in his announcement post about the block. Cubasti made it clear 6v6t will not add rules and it will not comply. He was very strict in his language that the server will stay online, keep being accessible, and will not restrict player freedom whatsoever. While there are still a few ways Microsoft might be able to block 6v6t, this act of defiance is a massive move in the community, and many of the players have rallied behind Cubasti regarding his stance in this fight. Either way, the server is still very playable, and there's plenty of people still online playing a banned server with me instead of getting girlfriends. But for a moment, let's talk theoretically about what steps would need to be taken to get the server unblocked. First, 6v6t would most likely have to comply with the same rules 2b2t had to. That means no swearing, no controversial symbols, and players are now able to be banned. This takes away a lot of the anarchy from the server, leaving it kind of as a normal SMP, and if the admins complied with all these rules, a lot of the portion of the player base would leave. However, this would not be enough, as 6v6t is also a cracked server, meaning you don't need to have a valid Minecraft account to join. Microsoft would never unblock 6v6t as long as it's cracked, but if they remove their cracked support, then we would see another significant portion of the players leave. The population of the server would be basically decimated, and with the changes made, 6v6t would end up just being a normal SMP and a shell of itself, just like 2b2t is now. Now, let's change the scenario. what's going to happen to the server if it doesn't comply? This scenario isn't even a hypothetical because that's what's happening. The domain 6b6t was being blocked along with others, but the server is still online. A simple rebrand or advertising alternate domains will continue to allow players to join, or just spread the word that there are ways to bypass Microsoft Blacklist with mods like Anarchy Mod, Meteor Client, or Rusher. The players already on the server can keep playing in a no-rules environment. However, the server might have some trouble getting new players to join. All the branding and advertising for the server previously is undone. The 6b6t.org domain is basically useless to a vanilla Minecraft player who now can't join at all. And the hard truth is that most players don't have a hacked client installed, and they probably won't go install one just to play on a banned server. 6b will keep the players that it already has, but slowly hemorrhage them until the server is no longer populated and profitable. Microsoft will win this war of attrition unless changes are made to the server, like the branding, to get a new domain that vanilla players can go to, and we just need to hope that Microsoft doesn't notice. Or, best case scenario, the server gets a lot of attention due to its ban and refusal to change, that every Anarchy player rallies behind 6b6t and comes to try the server, and it stays alive and running. This might happen because 6b6t is literally taking a stand against Microsoft, so if people keep playing the server, it's an active protest against them. The absolute worst case scenario would be some kind of legal action from Microsoft against 6b6t forcing a server shutdown. Technically, keeping the server online when Microsoft is demanding it goes down is a breach of contract via the EULA, which could result in a cease and desist letter. It's also technically a form of circumvention if 6b6t starts advertising ways to get around the blacklist, which could result in a DMCA takedown. Alternatively, Microsoft could just sue the 6b6t admins directly for trademark or copyright infringement because 6b won't be able to monetarily support a legal battle against a giant corporation. Despite the fact that I think this is all highly unlikely, I did want to point this out now so the stakes are clear. To be honest, Microsoft taking legal action probably has the same odds as you getting a job. So 0. There's just one more problem though, and that's the ESA, or the Entertainment Software Association. The ESA claimed that private Minecraft servers are illegal. Now, there's not a lot of basis for this claim, but their excuse is basically the publisher of the game is responsible for what people do online. Which, if you know anything about online privacy, is not true, but the ESA is trying to scare legislators away, and this could definitely have an effect on why Microsoft decided to start banning servers. To quote an ESA representative, "Private servers operate with no oversight from the publisher and do not uphold the same trust and safety standards. This could create an unsafe environment for players and be counter to the industry's commitment to fostering safe and fun gameplay for all players." So, where does this leave us? The server is still up and running, and you can go play it right now, but how long that will last is a bit unknown. I can type in the domain 6b6t.me and connect to 6b, because that's one of the domains that Cubasti purchased that redirects to his server. I can do this with lots of domains too, but the main domain that all the server branding was based off of is still blocked and will really never be unblocked. If the server does some rebranding or people spread the word about the server still being joinable, then it might last for a long time. But if Microsoft bans each domain individually, then it will just be the players who have bypass mods installed. So, what should we do? Or rather, what can you do right now? First off, if you're interested in saving the server, go join 6b6t. If you've never played an Anarchy server before and are thinking about doing so, right now is the absolute best time to experience it while you still technically can. Or if you have played Anarchy before and are annoyed with what Microsoft is doing, then that's even more reason to join. Again, this is almost a protest. The best course that we can do now is rally as a community and show them that we don't care about the ban or the new restrictions they are forcing on servers that are designed to be free. This is one of the last traditional Anarchy servers, and the open defiance of Microsoft means this is the last stand. If 6b6t can't successfully survive this blacklist, then Anarchy Minecraft will be gone completely. The entire point of Anarchy Minecraft is player freedom. There are no rules, there's nothing off limits, but suddenly the entire genre was destroyed as rules and limits are being enforced on servers designed not to have them. Microsoft has been clear, it's either comply or get banned and die, but if 6v6t can get banned and survive, then it's proof that anarchy is still possible for this game. In any case, if the server does end up going down, let it be in a blaze of glory rather than just dragging the corpse of the dead genre along. Let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comments below, and thank you for watching. If this really is the end of the server, thank you all for playing with me.